Well, what was going through my head when I enlisted at age 29 at Broad and Cherry at the MEP station was the same thing that had been going through my mind when I was 7 years old. Military service is something that we're honored and lucky enough to do, but so few people do it in this day and age. People of my generation look at the military as something for someone else to do. And I thought it was a great opportunity for me to really do what I'd wanted to do since I was a kid, playing Army and war with my friends. It's a sense of duty and honor, and to me it's a rite of passage. I think that it's a completion of a character, and it is certainly something that we troopers look upon with each other with a certain amount of respect, and I think that's what fosters our camaraderie with each other, that we've all done something that in itself is unique. And we've done it through the 1st City Troop, which makes it even more special.
There's a lot of stereotypes that surround the military, especially the enlisted ranks. The gentlemanly service, I think, has kind of gone by the wayside. Within the troop, that still exists. And that's what's appealing to me, and that's what's appealing to all the other members of the troop. The reason they join the military is one out of duty, and it's one out of respect for themselves and for their country. And it's a responsibility. But it's kind of unusual because they join the enlisted ranks a lot of times, and they're college educated. They all could be officers if they wanted to. And they could join any other unit and they could all be officers. But in the troop, everyone comes in as an enlisted guy. And that's what's different about the troop, and each understands his place in the troop. And if you're asked to be an officer, that's because the troop feels that you are needed as an officer.
I would like to see a person come into this unit who is first a patriot, very enthusiastic about serving, and I'm talking about selfless service, not what you can do for me, but what I can do for the country and your fellow man, the person next to you.
The greatest thing about the 1st City Troop is that in the year 2005, we'll see some fine men join an organization that has been in existence continuously for, what is it now, 230 years? And the organization has gone through all kinds of eras when the country changed, but the organization has not changed. We still have the same concept that holds us all together. And if something stays on track that long, it has to be right. It has to have something very special going for it. And it is the character of the men who join it. And the answer then simply is, what's greatest about the 1st City Troop is the 1st City Troopers.
If I had to explain troopers using one-word answers, would probably be confident, giving, hardworking, civic-minded, also just really just being great citizens of our country. And that's what really sticks out in my mind, how a lot of them can balance everything, including work and family, and still find the time to go through drill, to set up social events, and also to serve their country when needed.
The troop's there to be called upon. And I think, if anything, this is the best time for someone to join the military, especially for the right reasons, especially the troop if you really want to be a gentleman and serve at the same time. I think this is the best time for that.
It's a special sort of breed of man, so to speak, in our unit. It takes a sacrifice, obviously, to serve your country and be in the National Guard. Our unit has an added addition to maintaining the tradition of the troop. So there is some sacrifice as far as maintaining coming to turnouts, funeral services, things like that, in addition to our regular Army duties. But one of the things I've noticed is the bond between guys. We all seem to be like-minded and sacrificing and just good, well-rounded people to serve with. I've made many friendships. Actually, I count all members of this unit as my friends. So we tend to get as a tight-knit group, especially the Bosnia deployment, going through that adversity and also a chance to serve our country together. we become quite close. And if somebody broke down in the state of Iowa and said, "Come help me," I'd be there for them. It's just a special bond we share, serving together and being friends as well.
But the troop is certainly the best vehicle in which to explore the military path. It gives you more of an obligation, as it were, because we donate our pay, and we do this truly on a voluntary basis. And with all of our historical and local traditions that we have, it really makes it come full circle.
Well, I think if you're able to get the time and attention of a young man and can tell him about the National Guard and the First City Troop, he should jump at it. I think some of the finest associations I've ever had have been through this organization, not only directly with the organization, but because of it, with other things that I've been able to do afterwards, some of them which were totally happen chance, but they wouldn't have been fortunate happen chances if I hadn't already been in the city troop. So if I had children or grandchildren in this area, I would recommend highly that they join up, and I think they would find it a wonderful association and be very grateful for the rest of their lives.